just because she feeds me well, and she made me talk dirty in a pink hotel. It doesn't mean she's got eyes for me. She might just want my bones, you see. And hey, flyhead, don't you get me? She's the second best killer that I ever have seen. It don't come much more safe.
I'm Kirk Coco. I'm the president of NOLA Brewing Company. We are the only craft brewery in the city of New Orleans. I was in the Navy for 11 years when Katrina hit New Orleans. And I'm a native New Orleanian. And when you're from New Orleans, it's kind of like a family member. It's like my family member was sick and dying. I had to go home. Moved back down to New Orleans and kind of helped starting the rebuild of the city. And I knew how important craft beer was, so I started supporting the local brewery. As you do, sometimes when you've been drinking for a while, I sat and stared at the bottle a little bit and started reading all the fine print and read on the bottle that it was made in Wisconsin. And I went, I can't believe for the last 6 months I've been drinking this beer and this beer alone, and it's made in Wisconsin. Because the whole idea was that I was drinking it to support the local brewery and give money back to the city, because we needed every penny we could get. And that planted a seed in my head that, hey, somebody needs to have a brewery operating in the city. And so I ended up calling Peter, who's my brewmaster, and it just started running from there. The first step was kind of coming up with some beers that we could take to people and say, hey, these are the beers that we're going to be making. So we made our blonde and our brown ale, and we took them out to some investors, and it was basically friends and family and a couple of random people who showed up with the friends and family, and they ended up investing a decent amount of money. Our brew equipment came used from a brewery called Left Hand Brewery, and it came on 36 pallets. It's loose pipes and wires and elbows and valves and pumps, and we had no idea where any of it went. And up until the point where Dylan and I went to a bar and they had our tap handle and we ordered our first beers, and up until that point I really did not believe I would ever get a beer out on the market. But it was so, I was like, I really want to do this, let's see if we can do it. The whole idea was to open a place in New Orleans and bring jobs and bring tax money into the city, and we're doing that. My biggest recommendation is, if you have a dream, follow it now. Because if you start doing a job and say, I'm going to make some money and then I'm going to follow my dream, you're going to get hooked into that money coming in every month. You're going to buy a bigger house, you're going to get a nicer car, and then you won't be able to start your dream. And if you start your dream and it's really something that you have passion for, odds are you're going to make good money at it anyhow. But even if you don't, you're doing something you like. So every day you're going to wake up, and if you're living in a studio apartment and you're driving an old Volkswagen Beetle, you're going to be happy to wake up, get in that Beetle, and go to work. And if you have a job that you don't like, if you're making $1 million and you're getting out of a 10-bedroom house, which you're still only living in one of them, and you climb into a Rolls Royce or a Lamborghini or whatever, you're still going to a job that you don't like, and that's your whole day. So follow your dream quickly would be my advice to somebody who has a dream. My name is Kirk Coco, and my dream is to make craft beer for the city of New Orleans.